Ladies and gents, welcome back. The manhunt is over for the individual involved in the mass stabbings in Saskatchewan. We have here from the Globe and Mail, manhunt ends with the ending of a Saskatchewan mass fugitive. I'm going to be careful of the words I say here. 4-day manhunt for Miles Sanderson, a suspect in one of Canada's worst events, doing bad stuff, ending the lives of 10 people, with his demise after a high-speed chase on a prairie highway Wednesday afternoon, about 130 kilometers away from the scene of the attacks. RCMP said Mr. Sanderson was arrested near Rosthern, Saskatchewan, around 3:30 p.m. Police had been searching for him since Sunday morning. Sanderson went into medical distress, and nobody is very concerned about the health and safety and well-being of that individual, not gonna lie. But why am I covering this? I don't typically cover these kinds of stories. I'm covering this because of the hypocrisy in our justice system. This is from Lori Goldstein. My Thursday, Sunday media column, the kid glove treatment of accused mass doing bad things, Miles Sanderson, by the Parole Board of Canada is nothing new. Our parole system has put the rehabilitation of repeat violent criminals above public safety for decades. I'll leave a link to this tweet where you can get a link to his article where you can read his op-ed, but let's go right to True North, talking about the Parole Board claimed that mass doing that suspect was not a threat to public safety. Well, this is interesting, and we'll see where this goes. The Parole Board of Canada claimed that the suspect involved in the largest mass event in Canadian history was not a risk to public safety in February. A manhunt, interesting the timing, right? In February, manhunt is currently underway to find Miles Sanderson. This was at the time of the writing of this article. It's now over. After him and his since not around anymore brother, Damian Sanderson. Oh, the toll is up to 11 people. Sorry, I made a mistake there. I thought it was 10, and also hurt 19 at 13 locations around the James Smith Cree Nation, the nearby village of Weldon, northeast Saskatoon. Global News is now reporting that parole officers claim that Sanderson was a law-abiding citizen when freeing him. The board is satisfied that your risk is manageable in the community if you live with your redacted, maintain sobriety and employment, and continue with developing supports, including getting therapy, wrote the board. Sanderson has a storied criminal past, including drug charges and gang association. He is currently being sought for 3 counts of first degree. In total, the 31-year-old Sanderson had been convicted of 59 different crimes. Convicted. This is not accused of 59 different crimes. His violent past continues threatening somebody with a pew-pew before forcing him to rob a restaurant in November 2017. Sanderson was also arrested in 2018 by police. During the arrest, Sanderson assaulted the police officer by kicking him in the head. He was sent to federal prison for 4 years, but in February 2021 was placed into Indigenous Healing Lodge and eventually freed by August 2021. In quotes, to your benefit, you seem to have maintained sobriety, obtained employment, engaged a therapist, where engaged in cultural ceremonies and had obtained a home for your family and appeared to have been making good progress on reintegration, parole officer claimed. It's the board's opinion that you will not present an undue risk to society if released on statutory release, and that your release would contribute to the protection of the society by facilitating your reintegration into society as a law-abiding citizen. Now, why am I upset about this? Why is this something that upsets me? Well, it goes in stark contrast to the treatment of Tamara Lich, who she's being prosecuted for mischief, and her parole has been just absolutely horrible. And Tamara Lich is trending on Twitter today. Politically directed policing should alarm everyone. Tamara Lich was remanded for 48 days on her first alleged offense, not convicted offense. She was alleged of crimes, alleged of mischief, consulting mischief, conspiracy to commit mischief. These are the crimes that she's alleged to have committed. Miles Sanderson was released into the community after his 59th conviction. This alone spells out where our country is. Which side are you on? Tamara Lich, Sean here on Twitter saying Tamara Lich threatens Canada's corrupt power structures. She was therefore treated unfairly by the court system, including being held in custody for minor charges. The violent criminal who ended 10 people in this event, which now turns out to be 11, spree, had 59 prior convictions. He was paroled. He was let out. Canada's justice system, here's Chris on Twitter saying, Canada's justice system in a nutshell, guy has almost 60 convictions, not charges, since he turned 18 and was a free man. Meanwhile, Tamara Lich spent almost 2 months in jail with no parole for protesting our government. Also, proof an assault rifle isn't required for these bad types of events. It just keeps going on and on Twitter. And this is exactly the situation that Canadians have been arguing about, the politicization of our justice system, where Tamara Lich was held in prison for what even a judge thought was just unbelievable. In his own words, he's saying that time served would have been less than what she's already spent. Parole didn't find him to be likely to reoffend, yet Tamara Lich gets a picture taken with someone in the presence of a lawyer, and the prosecutor tries to throw the book at her. Canada is not a serious country. This is something to think long and hard about when it comes to our justice system. Nationwide warrant for taking a picture, as opposed to 59 criminal violent convictions. Just stew over that. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, please do so now. That like button. And we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.